Nights turn to whispers, voices in my head, fighting the silence, crawling through the dread. Smoke in my lungs, but the pain's still mine. Chasing a piece I can't seem to find.
From 1 to 5 I seem to thrive, then life changing where I reside. New town, fresh streets and wider skies. Met some kids, rode bikes till the daylight died. Turned 6, heart lit like a firefly. They said you're a big bro and I damn near cried. Held his hand, felt peace I couldn't describe. Like the world hit pause and my soul replied. Thought the light would last, but it dimmed real fast. Mouse froze in a frame from a distant past. One night blurred and I still see flashes. Shadows at the door in my mind near thrashing. With 6, maybe 7 heart beating too loud. Trust shattered in the quiet, no screams aloud. It was someone I knew and that made it worse. Like my innocence got swallowed, unrehearsed.
Nights turn to whispers, voices in my head, fighting the silence, crawling through the dread. Smoke in my lungs, but the pain's still mine. Chasing a piece I can't seem to
Trust
find.
cracked like glass, never healed, just spread. Saw fangs and faces, kept my circle dead. Learned early that silence don't mean safe, so I barked like a dog with a blade-shaped faith. Shadow in the halls with a crooked grin. Tried to carve fear, for they carved my skin. Flash steel at a kid just to feel in control, but that fury was a mask with a leak in the soul. Through hands like prayers, I ain't know how to speak. I was pain in a frame, trying to hide the weak. Years went on, I wore bruises like breath. Each mark a whisper that spelled out death. Dad's rage was law, and I broke it often, so the belt sang songs in the silence. Often Ma walked in, caught a scene mid-storm. Me pressed to the wall, eyes bleeding torn. She said enough, but the story ain't end. We still lived in his house, still played pretend. Rooms felt colder, his steps were knives. I was stuck in a space that blurred what's right. Confused by the quiet, no justice came. Just longer nights in a house full of shame. Mind spiraled deep in a web of sick thoughts. Dark rooms whisper truths and battles I never fought. Rows of pills like soldiers lining colder rays. Antidepressants drown the echoes that won't fade. High school hall swam in a whiskey-stained haze. Glass cracked open, chasing ghosts in a day. Smoke curls slow, masking screams in my lungs. Lost a static noise, silence clings and stuns. Every sip a question, every drag a fight. Searching for peace in the shadows of the night. Kept a gown in hand, but the past stayed tight. Mellowed out, spent hours lost in the night. Gaming worlds became my escape plan. Hiding from a world I barely understand. Had a fight with stepdad, no peace in sight. Words like knives cut through the quiet night. Took that cue, packed up, found my own way. Moved out slow, stepping into a new day. Moved in fresh new keys, new walls to hold. Lost my job quick, but the story ain't cold. Next day grind started, had to stay on my toes. Missing faces, thought they were real, but who knows? Laughed and talked like the nights never end. Shared some secrets, called them brothers, friends. Years rolled by, drama like smoke in the air, but when the curtains fell, they vanished nowhere. Fake smiles, cold backs, lessons carved deep. Trust is thin ice, and I learned how to keep. Fell deep in the bottle, lost in the haze. Back to the poison nights, blurred in a daze. Ended up in Indiana 2 times, close to death. Breath stolen sharp, fighting for every breath. Stayed with strangers, but fight sparked the flame. Clashed with the ones I leaned on, no one to blame. Wound up back home, scars in my veins. Carry my demons, soaked in the pain.
Years of storms kept testing my soul. Broken pieces stitched in the gold. Drama spun tight like a never-ending fight, but I'm still here, carving out light. Built from the cracks, I'm rising again. Finding my rhythm, chasing the zen. Making moments that make me smile. Holding on steady, mile after mile. Nights turn to whispers, voices in my head, fighting the silence, crawling through the dread. Smoke in my lungs, but the pain's still mine. Chasing a piece I can't seem to find. Nights turn to whispers, voices in my head, fighting the silence, crawling through the dread. Smoke in my lungs, but the pain's still mine. Chasing a piece I can't see.